What do you do for a headache? When I have a headache, I have actually a lot of them lately because I had a concussion, and I actually had a concussion over 3 years ago, and I still get headaches. So I've learned a lot of tricks that I'm going to share with you from my basket here, um, from different specialists that I have visited. And so, one thing, I was in the house just now and I was getting a headache, and so the first thing that I did was I made myself a cup of tea. And I learned this from my, I believe it was my acupuncturist who actually recommended this, and she told me that rooibos tea is really good for relieving headaches, and it does help. Something that I had used before that is it's called Labrador tea, and the Yupik people call it Ayurveda, and you find it on the tundra. If you live in Alaska, you can find this. Live in Scandinavia, I've heard that it grows there too. It's Labrador tea, and I usually just put a handful of the leaves in a teapot with one rooibos tea bag, but otherwise you can just use this if this is all you have. Peppermint, like essential oil, put that in the diffuser. That can be helpful, or even just rub it on your temples, or I often will just rub it on the back of my neck, and that can help too. A big cause of headaches is dehydration. So I was a teacher for 20 years, and I discovered that when kids would come to me and complain about a headache, I would tell them to go get a drink of water and check back with me later, and oftentimes they wouldn't ever come back because really they were just dehydrated and all they needed was water for their headache to go away. If you've had a concussion, it's really good to wear a baseball cap if you're out in the sun, because that can help with your headache. Also, for dehydration, I really like Liquid IV. This is a sugar-free one. I hate anything that tastes diet. This sugar-free one does not taste diet. And it has lots of B vitamins, which are really good for us, that help with energy. And I can't remember what the sweetener is in here. It's stevia leaf. I usually don't like things with stevia in them, but because they taste diet to me, but this one doesn't taste diet to me. So that's the sugar-free. I think it's only 10 calories if you're worried about calories. Sometimes a little bit of caffeine helps, like if I'm getting a migraine, just having a little bit of caffeine. But after I had my concussion, I can hardly handle any coffee, and my functional neurologist told me to lay off the coffee. So sometimes I can still have a small cup of coffee in the morning when I'm feeling good, but Liquid IV has an energy version, and it has as much caffeine as one cup of coffee, and that can be helpful with relieving a headache sometimes. You want to avoid NSAIDs. So these can cause problems with your kidneys. A friend of mine, actually, she is very granola-y. She grinds all of her own flour and eats very healthy. Avoids sugar, has for most of her life, and she actually went to the hospital and discovered she had kidney failure, and they said she was healthy in every other way. The only thing they could think of is that she did hurt her arm when she was younger. I see my cat is coming to see what I'm doing. So she had used a lot of NSAIDs. So that would be like ibuprofen and aspirin. And so those are not good for you. But I actually discovered that when I had my concussion and I was experiencing head pain, I was taking ibuprofen, I tried even Excedrin, and it would work, but I mean, like, it would take 40 minutes, 30 minutes to work, and I discovered that if you take curcumin or turmeric, it would work within 10 minutes. My headache would start to get better. And so this stuff is like magic to me, and it's natural. So I'm not totally against pharmaceuticals, but if I could take something natural, I'd rather do that first because there might be fewer side effects. Another thing, this was my doctor from Amen Clinics. If you haven't discovered Dr. Amen yet for brain health, you need to look him up. He's amazing. But anyway, my doctor from there recommended L-theanine. And so this is actually, it's a supplement, and it's actually for stress relief. And after having a concussion, it's really common for people to struggle with being able to regulate your emotions, and also like anxiety and depression. And so if I know I'm going to a situation that is just slightly uncomfortable or causes a little bit of anxiety for me, I take this ahead of time, and it really takes the edge off. It's amazing. But it also helps, when it takes the edge off, then it helps prevent me from getting a migraine from the stress. So that has been really helpful. And of course, these are suggestions. I'm not a doctor. These are just things that have worked for me that you can ask about. Okay, here's another thing. I really have found these helpful. They're Bose noise-canceling headphones. They, have the aware feature. So like when I'm going for a walk around this neighborhood, you can hear all the cars and background noise. All of those things add to the stress of your brain. And so it just kind of alleviates the sound of airplanes and helicopters and things like that, and background noise. Another thing, so this is from my functional neurologist. It's a tuning fork, and you just hit it, and then I put it on my knuckle. For me specifically, he always has me do it on the left. Actually, wait, is it the left or the right? You should check out a functional neurologist. If you haven't been to a functional neurologist yet and you have had a concussion, you need to find a functional neurologist. I'll tell you more about what they do here.